भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतां स्वकतः कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थो य भद्राणि विनोति सुहृतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवदुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Today I'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 16, Verse 5. एषा वै लोकपालनं बिभर्ति एकस्तनो बिभर्ति एक एकस्तनौ तनुः काले काले यथा भागं लोकयोरुभयोर्हितम्. Synonyms: Esaha, the king. Why? Certainly. Lokapalanam, of all the demigods. Bhivarti, base. Ekaha, alone. Tano, in his body. Tanuhu, the bodies. Kale, kale, in due course of time. Yata, according to Bhagam, proper share. Lokayaha, of planetary systems. Ubayoho, both. Hitam, welfare. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: the king alone in his own body will be able in due course of time to maintain all living entities and keep them in a pleasant condition by manifesting himself as different demigods to perform various departmental activities. Thus, he will maintain the upper planetary system by inducing the populace to perform Vedic sacrifices. In due course of time, he will also maintain this earthly planet by discharging proper rainfall. Purport: the demigods in charge of the various departmental activities that maintain this world are but assistants to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When an incarnation of Godhead descends to this planet, demigods like the sun god, the moon god, or the king of heaven, Indra, all join him. Consequently, the incarnation of Godhead is able to act for the departmental demigods to keep the planetary system in order. The protection of the earthly planet is dependent on proper rainfall, and as stated in Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures, sacrifices are performed to please those demigods who are in charge of rainfall. Annad bhavanti bhutani paranjad annasambhavaha yagnad bhavati parag, parjanyo yagnaha karma samudbhavaha. All living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yagna, sacrifice, and yagna is born of prescribed duties, as stated by Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, text 14. Thus, the proper execution of yagna sacrifice is required. As indicated herein, King Prithu alone would induce all the citizens to engage in such sacrificial activities, so that there would not be scarcity or distress. In Kali Yuga, however, in the so-called secular state, the executive branch of government is in the charge of so-called kings and presidents who are all fools and rascals, ignorant of the intricacies of nature's causes and ignorant of the principles of sacrifice. Such rascals simply make various plans which always fail, and the people subsequently suffer disturbances. To counter this situation, the Shastras advise Harer Namaiva Kevalam Kalau Nastyeva Gajaranyada. Thus, in order to counteract this unfortunate situation in the government, the general populace is advised to chant the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. नमो ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे. I would like to seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas and thank you for giving me an opportunity to purify myself. Please forgive me for any shortcoming or adding my own interpretation. From the purport, we can see the topic has divided into two aspects. One, focus on King Prithu, and second, the focus on the government in this material society. And I've taken some of the purport from after listening to teachings from some of the senior ISKCON devotees. Now, we know that King Prithu has born from, he is a son of King Vena, and he was born when King Vena was born by the rishis. Now, we see, even though King Prithu is the son of King Vena, we see the quite contrast, where Vena was very cruel. He was not allowing the rishis to perform the sacrifices and other devotional activities. However, on the other side, we see that King Vena has received various boons and also has been praised as an expansion of supreme potency of Godhead. Now, here King Prithu is also having the task to make sure all the bad things will happen should turn to good. When we also see the second part of the purport about the government, the plans and other things. Now we know whenever we elect any official, we know that if he has a plan that would really make us a big success, definitely he would implement it. Else he would call out saying that even though we implement this plan might fail because of X, Y, Z reasons. What it means is that we should show confidence that this particular topic plan would succeed. Else we can confess saying that there are chances of failures because of these reasons. And uh, we also saw one statement where Prabhupada was mentioning about the actual word of rascal. Let's not take the actual meaning of it in this modern society that we use sometimes. But it has got its philosophical meaning, which means accept if you can make it, or confess if you can't make it. That's still fine. Well, let me take one other example, continuation of this. In this current corporate world, we all, when we work in a lot of these corporate companies, we say this would be nice if this could have been changed. This could be nice if this could have been changed. But what are we thinking is only from our purview. But when we try to expand it bigger within the department, we can see a lot of disturbances that might come in. But are we really making a bad choice? No. When we expand our choices more to more and more people, that's where we started to see that kind of a failure. But instead of we asking for a change, why can't we list down three changes at our side, and why can't we start to implementing? Then we will know that how difficult it is to make a change. Like how we make some sarcastic comments when something fails, but when it comes to our own, when we know that why the failure happened, then we would realize the actual cause of the failure. Now, even if you think in this way, hey, this thing should happen very fast. No, sometimes it's not. You might drive a car like 80 miles per hour to reach a place, let's say, instead of 60 minutes by 40 minutes. But when things want to work, when you indulge several people, it would take time. You have to understand the mindset, learn the mindset, and then move on. But it would be nice if things change so fast. However, but we have to wait for things, sometimes the things to happen. Like example of a banyan tree, you sow a seed. It takes at least 40, 50 years to have that banyan tree grow into the actual banyan tree. We can't say things should happen fast. Hey, tree grow into banyan tree. No, it's not possible. But that is how it is. But the beauty of the banyan tree, it gives a lot of shadow to us. The example that we can take from is this: you should have faith. and that faith we should also keep. We should also have the same faith on God as always, and just perform our devotional activity. And one of it was already mentioned is chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And even Srila Prabhupada also mentions in his teachings the only way in this Kali Yuga is to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and he did prescribe at least a minimum of 16 rounds for each devotee to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We also see the same thing in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, text 11. He says, therefore, Lord Chaitanya has announced, according to the scriptural injections for the age of Kali, that in this age, no process of realizing the Supreme is possible except the chanting of the holy names of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And continuation, if you see in Bhagavad Gita 9.32, the Lord says, Mamhi Parda Vyaparistya Yepi Syuhu Papa Yonaha Triyo Vaisha Sada Sudra Tepi Yanti Parangatim. O son of Pritha, who take shelter in me, though they are of lower birth, either Vaishyas or Sudras, they can enter supreme destination by chanting this Maha Mantra. Again, if we go to Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think in chapter 7 or 8, we also saw in the purport. In this material world, we see a lot of Jagais and Madais. And we know Jagai Madai were very cruel, and it was only uh, possible by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to convert them into devotees. Now, did it happen easily? No, it took a lot of time to get it done. We can find several examples in this material world where we can prove, patience is required. The faith on the Lord should be there. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is always the best option for us to take care of these things. Now, we are seeing a lot of disturbances in the world, where it might be the recent fire in the West Coast, or the war between Ukraine and Russia, which is going on, or even other things. Now, we know things are not going in right direction; they're wrong. But again, the same thing comes in. We have to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and keep faith on the God. Definitely, situations will turn positive. That would take time. Things will not happen overnight. We also saw in the Bhagavad Gita, I think, we also saw the four class of society. But what's happening again? If people are in this in some say cases, this mode of passion ignorance, we see the people in this materialistic world, they couldn't focus on the devotion, and then eventually we see a lot of sudras, which means low class people fighting for nothing else, for no reason, and then becoming jagat and madai. Now, this is not a good part on our side. We need to ensure that we have to get away from the path of ignorance and passion, and then go to the path of goodness and have devotion on the Supreme Lord. I'll just take a couple minutes to. Okay. Now, again from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, in chapter 8, text 20, in the purport, we say, according to the doctrine of communism, the state should be proprietor of everything. But as far as the Krishna conscious movement is concerned, expressing this same idea, accept God as the proprietor of everything. People cannot understand this because they have no sense of God, which is where I just mentioned they're becoming like Sudras. But the Krishna conscious movement can help them to understand God, and to understand God that everything belongs to God. Since everything is a property of the God and all living entities, not only human beings but even animals, birds, plants, and so on are children of God. And everyone has a right to live at the cost of the God with the God consciousness. These are some and substance of the Krishna consciousness movement. Similarly, we also saw in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 18 and 19. नष्टप्रायश भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी तदा राजस्तमो भवम कामलोभया लोभधयाश्चये चेता एतिर अनाविधम स्थितम सात्वे प्रसिद्धति. Considering the chaotic condition of human society, if we generalize, if one actually wants to peace and tranquility, like no wars, no wildfires, we should have a lot of rainfall, no drought. People should have a lot of good. People should do good things. More rainfall, more resources. One must take the Krishna consciousness movement and engage always in the Bhagavata Dharma. Engagement in Bhagavata Dharma dissipates all ignorance and passion. When ignorance and passion are dissipated, one is freed from greed and lust. When freed from greed and lust, one becomes Brahmanically qualified, and when a Brahmanically qualified person makes further advancement, which is called Uttamadhikari, he becomes situated on the Vaishnava platform. It is only on this Vaishnava platform that it is possible to awaken one's dormant love of Godhead. As soon as one does so, his life is very successful. In short, we should not see any Jagas and Madayis. We should not have people in mode of passion or ignorance. We can have people in Madhyamadikari. They can still have faith on God and they can upscale themselves to Uttamadikari. But we have to eradicate a lot of people in the Kaishtadikari section. Now we also see we also have referred this in one of the book written by George Harrison, "Chant and Be Happy." To achieve this unlimited and imperishable happiness, one need only chant and hear what sages of ancient India have for millennia called the great chant of deliverance, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And in the book, it is written that in recent years, millions have learned how to chant and experience this true spiritual happiness. It is the most popular Maha Mantra in India, the homeland of meditation. What we need to do is first we need to complete the mantra, which we need to chant, and then we need to also chant it very loudly. We not only are chanting for ourselves, even we should make sure that this chanting is heard by people who are surrounding us. I would like to stop here. Thank you.